It sounds like this downward spiral that started, right? And you know, a spiral of kind of resentment and frustration, and then, you know, just anger, right? Because it's like, why is this falling apart when this is such a good thing for you?
It was a massive trigger in my life, really, because, as I say, it was my outlet for my mental health. In essence, it was a cure for my ADHD.
Yeah.
And when that was sort of taken away, when I stopped enjoying my training and started putting all of my energy into training, that's when problems really start to arise. You know, lashing out, being more violent, drink, drugs, you know, getting in trouble at school, being the class clown.
Yeah.
And loads of factors on the back of that. Literally that year following that sort of, you know, quitting the swimming or under that coach, just things got horrendous. You know, I was expelled from school, so I was chucked out of school, so I wasn't allowed to, you know, have an education. And I mean this like with sincerity. I was in prison probably every other weekend, like fighting or doing something I shouldn't.
Yeah.
My nan was diagnosed with cancer all around the same time. I got a girl pregnant.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think just all these factors just all melted together in one scenario, and I just imploded, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
It's
was horrible.
a lot to handle, especially at that age, you know, because as a male at that type of age, you know, 13, 14, there's a lot of changes going on anyway. Right. And you're trying to figure out your path, and, you know, a lot of, I guess, boys at that age, you're already trying to build confidence. Right. And now you've got this other factor where something that was so stable for you falls apart. Then you've got these other life factors that are now, it's just a kind of a negative cascade, right? That just keeps coming.
Oh, it was bad. It was one thing after the other. I mean, obviously, I was excelling at school. You know, even though I was the class clown and misbehaving. You know, I was top of the class in maths and English, and I even though I was expelled, so I was home tutored. I had to have a teacher come up to my house and sort of go through the lessons with me in the end. And I actually still went back, and I think I got 7 in the UK. We have what we call GCSEs, and I believe that I got 7 GCSEs. Some of them like A grades, like A's the best and sort of like F's the worst.
Yeah,
I've got 7 A to C grades. So
so you're still doing fine,
mate. Really, I remember going to pick up my grades from school and talking to my mates, and no one had got any grades.
Wow,
no one. Like everyone had fucking failed. Like
that's crazy.
Of course, there was some people, you know, obviously not in my circle, but
yeah.
In my circle, none of my mates had any grades. They just all just fucking flopped.
Yeah.
And I was there, like, I did fucking astonishing.
Yeah.
Comparatively.
That, with being expelled.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I wasn't at school for the last 2 years, and I did better than all my peers, you know?
Yeah. So obviously this is, you know, looking back, I think you like you're saying, it's more clear what was going on.
Yeah.
And there's obviously a factor there for what was happening, right? Yeah. So it's you know, but I'm sure at that time getting labeled as the troublemaker, the bad kid, like you're not doing well, you're not behaving, all this, right? So
yeah. So I guess at that age, there's a lot of pressure on you because, you know, that you've got to get those grades, you've got to get into college, otherwise you're not going to get a job and you're going to fail, and that's all you were told. You know, that's all that was told to me. Like, you're going to fail. Every time I was misbehaving in class, get out, you're going to fail in life.
Yeah.
You know, you're expelled, good luck, you're going to fail. Yeah. It was just constant, like, there's so much pressure on you to do good in life that when you do actually get put in that position where you are expelled and all these things that the teachers have been saying for the last year or so are coming true, like you're going to get expelled, you're not going to learn anything, you're going to end up, you know, with a shit job and all that. So yeah, that was a tough time, and I actually went through a stage of really bad depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
And
no, it's tough. And I know what you're going to talk about. So it's not easy to have these things happen. And you know, I've you know, these moments in life, right? Like they ultimately, I think they made you better, right? And I think that's hopefully the takeaway, but I'll let you run with it, man.
I mean, so as a 13-year-old kid being prescribed Prozac, which is like an antidepressant, and you're seeing a psychiatrist. So whilst all my mates are at school learning the GCSEs and having fun, I was sat in front of a psychiatrist trying to get my life back together. It's hard to talk about because it was...
No,
it was a really dark time in my life.
Yeah, really bad. Yep.
And then I suppose, sorry.
Don't be sorry, man. The thing about this, Ed, is honestly, this is it's gonna help so many people that listen to this. It's gonna help them out, right? Because the fact of the matter is, you went through all of this, and look at what you've become, right? Look at how many people look up to you for these things, right? So I've talked about going through dark times here, and in a lot of ways you have to hit that rock bottom at some points, and it's rock bottom for some people is different than rock bottom for other people.
Yeah.
But the fact that you are sharing this and showing the emotion is real, bro. Like it's not anything other than real. So I guess
it was a wake-up call, because just those 2 years was so miserable, just like locked in my room on my own, just like literally having the thoughts I wanted to kill myself on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to about, I would say 15 years of age. And it was my mum that said to me, like, just sat me down one day, and I think you could see from the outside, everything around, all the eyes from the outside could just see I was imploding.
Yeah.
And my mum sort of sat me down and was like, what the fuck are you going to do? Like, you cannot continue the way you are. You can't stay in your room all day. You can't not go to school. You can't not get a job. You've got to get up and get on with your life. And for whatever conclusion we came to, we decided I was going to join the gym. So instead of being home all day, wanking and playing the PlayStation, whatever else, join the gym. So my mum paid for a membership for me to join a gym. And even though I was only sort of, late 14, 15 years of age, when my mates were at school, I was going to the gym and I was lifting weights. And I was hanging around with guys that took me under their wing very quickly. Guys in the 50s, 60s, even 70s, old guys that have been bodybuilding and powerlifting for 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
And that was where my life got back on track.
If you enjoyed that clip, you can watch the full episode right here. And to watch another clip, click right here.